Good evening, this is your Psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. Hi there, Stooge. Good evening, Glinda. Have you had a nice Sunday? I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you all are around the world. We are going to delve deep tonight. This is the Psychic LG show, and we are going to look into the looking glass. How are you all doing? Can you tell us if you can hear us all right? And what does the picture look like? Because I always have technical problems, guys, especially when it's retrogrades and full moons. And does the picture look okay? I'll just check this. Sounds fine. That's good. Let me have a quick look. I'll turn it down so live. Goodness me, can you hear my tone? Why is that not working? Oh my god, there's something weird going on at the minute, man. Flaming hell. Let me have a look. Why can't I click onto my own channel? Oh, it's coming up. Oh, did I look okay? Well, I had an incident with rollers and it went a bit strange, so I had to put this headband in. But never mind. Anyway, so how are you all doing? Something's wrong with Twitch, is it? I've got people coming on Twitch. Oh, thank you. If there's Twitchers on, can you give us a thumbs up? Because I think it looks like there's Twitchers on. Twitch is fine here, Stooge says. I've got an announcement to make, actually. Where's my little list? Because obviously I've been going through a lot over the last year and a half. And now I'm starting to get stronger again. So I've got a plan for everybody who's subscribing on Twitch. I'm going to be doing a Tuesday and a Thursday afternoon, fingers crossed, which will probably be in the States, will be like your morning coffee. So it means that if you just want to subscribe to Twitch, you can. It just means that people who are paying for the Twitch subscription, it means that they're going to get a benefit, okay? So that hopefully that's going to be starting soon within the next couple of weeks. So watch for that. And then I'm going to be hopefully posting more on YouTube as well. It's just getting back into the swing of things, because obviously I was flatliner working. I've worked all the way through, but I was, not working the way I normally do. And obviously I'm starting to get back into it now. Do you know what I mean? Says I'm subscribed, but it won't let me into the chat. That's strange, Jennifer. Does anybody can anybody help Jennifer out on that? I'm not very technical when it comes to Twitch, mind. I know Debbie is, but I don't know if Debbie's on tonight. But you should be able to, if you've subscribed to Twitch, you should be able to comment. Definitely in the comment section. Hiya, Desiree. How are you doing? It's been ages. So it's lovely to see you all, and I want to say a big thank you out to moderators for keeping both forums safe, and for everybody really. It's our community, yeah. It's for all of us to gather together on a Sunday night. I've always wanted to run my own spiritualist church. You'd laugh, because there's a house on the hill and it's haunted. I live on one of the most highest points in the UK, and so it's very windy. I'm the lady what lives on the hill, Some people might call us the witch what lives at the top of the hill, but never mind. So there's a house which is the highest point, and it's called the House on the Hill. And I think they run cubs there and brownies there for the kiddies. But the rest of the week, it just stands empty. And somebody was saying it's really haunted. And I thought, oh my God, I've always wanted I was going to look into it to see if I could like have it as a spiritualist church, you know. But then I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, well, I've got this anyway. Yeah, this is our spiritualist church, isn't it? And it's where we all gather. And I just believe, everybody says I've lost weight. Everybody said that. So I have lost a little bit, because obviously I piled on a load of weight when I was going through the breast cancer treatment. But yeah, it's starting to drop off us now, and I'm starting to feel a bit better. So thank you. I'm still eating loads, like. So yes, it's our spiritualist church, and we sort of fell into it, didn't we? It started off on Twitch, and then it's moved from there, and it's somewhere where we can all come and gather. A bit like the lyrics to Cheers. Remember Cheers from the 80s? Remember the sitcom from the 80s where everybody knows your name? And I just think it's like that, and it's just like our little community. So I'm going to look into all the crazy stuff again, and but you're going to get a lot of how-to videos. I've decided to do them in tutorial videos for you, and I'm going to hopefully start putting them out through the week. You've got a one coming out tomorrow night, and it's how do you know that you're in this spiritual awakening? And you know, I'll talk about that, but I'm going to be talking about a lot of different how-tos. You know, how do you recognize your soulmate or your twin flame, or some people call them twin souls? You know, how do you know if your loved one's gone to the other side? How do you know your husband's cheating on you? All of these different things. I'm just going to be hammering at them for you all. And I think with the way we are now in this strange times on earth, it's all trickery, isn't it? And I feel like I need to put loads of information out for you, because there's a lot of dark trickery of information what's out there about the spiritual awakening and other things which isn't true. So I want to put that right and put my take on it. And it's my grounding time. And it's interesting because I talk about grounding, Julie. I talk about grounding in this video what's going out tomorrow night. So I'm going to be doing meditation. Crystal O. Is that you, Crystal, from Louisiana? I'm going to be doing a meditation video because Crystal had asked on that. There's far too much trickery, and I think we've got to, we'll talk about scammers, what's out there. Hiya, Crystal, what's the weather like in Louisiana? We talk about scammers out there, and we're being so tricked at the minute. Me alone, just this week, I've had so many scam calls. I don't know about you guys, but it's just rife at the moment. And I just think that, there's a load of trickery and misinformation out online as well. So I tend to try to keep my feet firmly on the ground. Yes, we're all human. We can make mistakes and get a bit carried away. But I tend to try to always I like facts, all right? I'm a Scorpio. I'm a triple Scorpio. I've also got Virgo Neo in us. I like facts, And if I don't have the facts, yeah. So I think it's important that we look at things logically as well, yeah? The way things are going at the moment. So happy birthday there to Mike Seal, who is on your 70th birthday. Congratulations. There is a lot of trolls, Glinda, yeah. So Glinda, who's in the audience here on Twitch, I keep forgetting Glinda's, she's got a lovely little channel if you just want to subscribe to Glinda. And just write your name and then you can subscribe there. So she does world predictions as well. Oh, thank you, Wolf. Excuse me. Glinda17 on YouTube. So yeah, we're all here to do what we need to do, aren't we? Oh, I'm having a hot sweat. Give us 2 minutes. Have some water. You know what it is? I do this all the time. Give me 2 minutes because I've come out live and I think I've got the bloody heating on. Give us 2 minutes. I hope not. No. No, there's no heating on. It's just me having a hot furnace night. Actually, I'll sing. Hot August night. Do 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 do. Yeah, I used to like Neil Diamond. Who likes Neil Diamond? Right. So what I'm going to do is, for new people coming in, I'm going to call upon the angels and form the circle of light. If anybody needs healing, or they are worried about anybody or a situation or an animal or anything, write the name in the comment section, either in the stream or the comment section after this feed, and you will receive the healing, and it's also timeless as well. Okay, give us 2 minutes. We need healing for Earth, don't we? Okie dokie. Okay, the cats are nice and sleepy. All's good in Florida, that's good. Sunny Florida. Where do we start, guys? Let's start with the casting the circle of light. I'll use this one. Well, I always go live on multi-stream on a Sunday. If I don't, there's obviously because there's a problem. But I try to go live. This on the social media has always been my part-time job, because obviously I do readings as well. But I'm going to try and put out more over the next few weeks, okay, to get back into it again. So yeah, I will. I'll definitely put little ads out when I'm coming out live and stuff like that for you all. But I also will put the link in the description after this feed. So if you just want to join my Twitch channel as well, which I feel it's a little bit more, I think you can see a bit more on Twitch than you can on here, if you know what I mean. Right, that's Adam sleep talking upstairs. Let's start. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Metadon, I invoke Archangel Metadon, I invoke Archangel Metadon. I'm going to bring in Shamuel. I invoke Archangel Shamuel, I invoke Archangel Shamuel, I invoke Archangel Shamuel. I ask my faithful spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, to come forth to give us the true answers tonight that we need. Anybody who would like to come forth from the spirit world, the angel realm, the fairy elementals, the animal kingdom, any star beings that like to come forth, telecommunicate, or from the spirit world, you are welcome to come forth to give your opinions with love and light, love and light, love and light. Amen. The circle of light is cast. Amen. Oh, I'm getting the birds tonight. We need to watch the birds. The birds, all animals are ascending. I've been given that. What a beautiful time. What an exciting time to be alive. a scary time to be alive, but an exciting time to be alive. We are the multi-dimensional beings. We have come here to change this world. Expect the unexpected. That's what it's going to be. Over 2025, 2026, there's going to be a lot of changes on this planet. Oh, I love hummingbirds, Stooge. I love hummingbirds. I remember once, years ago, it was when I lived at home and I was sitting on the wall in the garden, and this is no word of a lie. Honestly, the birds were about that big. They were teeny, teeny little bluebirds. Gorgeous. There was two of them, and they just flew around us, and I thought, oh my God, what are them? They were so pretty. I think that we just don't seem to take time out there. Life's become so rush with the rat race, and we need to start taking note of the beauty again, what's out there. And there's been a lot of butterflies in my garden because I've got a butterfly bush. Well, a butterfly tree, actually. So I've been watching a lot of animals on YouTube and stuff like that, and they just make us smile. I was watching this short video last night of this little baby penguin, and they had trained her to walk into paint with her little flippers, and then she was getting excited because she was making sort of like what children would do, with hand painting, and she was making the marks with her little feet. So I just thought that was really, really cute. So I'm going to start, I think, with, just need another water here. I think we're going to start looking into this first and see what's going on. Obviously, I can't ask the crystal ball questions, so I'm just going to do a lot of scrying tonight for you in intuition when I'm picking up what's coming ahead on the planet. I had predicted that there was going to be, that there was going to be a volcano problem in the Hawaiian Islands, and I believe that's already happened, hasn't it? And I just hope everybody's okay. Does anybody have any information on that? It's just I had seen it online, and it's not good, is it? I just think it's Mother Gaia. She's erupting all over the place, isn't she? And I think there's more crazy stuff to happen. And then we've had a 6.1 earthquake in Turkey, in northwest Turkey. So yeah, we're living in very strange times on Earth, and even us mediums can get tricked. Yeah, we're all human at the end of the day. And I think that I don't even think that there's an ending to this awakening. I just think that it goes beyond politics. I'm going to say this now. I'm going to not hold back tonight. It's all about morals, and it's about good and evil. That's where we're at the minute. I actually, as you know, I cover a lot of American politics. And I actually don't think it's a case of Republican and Democrats now. I think it's gone a little bit further than that. But I just think there's so much misinformation out here. We've got Zizi coming along. Are you all right? What's wrong? Oh, you've got all your vest all messy when you're supposed to. Baby, are you okay? Oh, she's purring. So yeah, we've got a lot of strange things happening at the moment. I'm sitting on the fence with Candice Owens at the minute. I really, really am. I like her, but I just think she's going a bit too far at the moment. And I just think if anybody can be anti-Semitic and with gays and all of that type of thing, it's just, I can't be around it. Yeah? I think it's very important that part of this spiritual awakening is that we be true to ourselves. I tend not to judge people, but I think at the end of the day, I think that I can't get it when people hate other cultures or don't like them. Yeah, I can't get that. I literally can't, and I think there's too much hatred in the world to start with. And so yeah, I've been looking into that a bit, and I just think there's some people who are, I might pull some cards out on her actually. I think there is some people who are going to get a shock with the outcome with what happens with Candace Owens. Does that make sense? But I'm going to look into that. So there you go. Do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hello before we... Please don't do that. Come on. Biblical flooding hits Wisconsin. Yeah. I think it's hard when we're empaths, isn't it? And I think that I just think that there's so much trickery out there, and I've said this for a long time, that I do believe that we are the channels, and I do believe that we can be capable of good or bad, but nobody is immune to the darkness what can overcome into it. And I think that sometimes when people start making a lot of money, or they like somebody's put there, they can be narcissistic. They can start turning, really is the word. I mean, you probably get some preacher would say that they've got something dark on them, but I just think that there's a lot of things out there where you just got to watch. You've got to watch for how people are acting at the moment. Does that make sense? Okie dokie. So let's start. And I also think that there's a lot of distractions at the moment as well. So remember, I can't ask the crystal ball questions. I just have to wait to see what comes in. It's really weird because where I live in the northeast of England, we had this tree what got chopped down. Somebody says that I keep freezing. Is my feed okay? Can you hear us okay? But I've got that tree what got chopped down, and the people got sent to prison for it. It was in Northumberland. It was an ancient oak tree. Yes, so you can hear us okay. I don't know what the hell that was then. But anyway, I'm seeing that tree. I would say it's like the tree of life. I know there's been a lot of fires in France. I'm sure I said that I could see smoke over France. I said that about a month or so ago, didn't I? Okay. Lots of water. Problems with water. Let's see for it to haze over. Don't scratch, baby. It's a good girl. If anybody's wondering why my cat wears a little t-shirt, it's because she has dermatitis and it stops her scratching. She's actually fine at the minute. But she just likes to wear a t-shirt, don't you, baby? What you doing? What you doing? Was it a sycamore tree? I thought it was a great oak tree. Maybe it was a sycamore tree, but I'm seeing that tree. You can actually Google it, and get it up on the tree what got chopped down in Northumberland, UK. It was just in the middle of nowhere. It was so beautiful. To me, I don't know why they would do that. Why they would become and do that. They've obviously become possessed or something. But sad really about the tree. Okay, so I'm getting the colour orange, and I'm getting it now. Don't laugh about this. I don't mean this in a sarcastic way, but I seen the colour orange over Trump, all right? And I didn't mean it like some people call him the orange person. I actually got it as an energy for him. Go on over there, baby. Good girl. So orange is energy, and orange is normally healing. So my guides are showing us that something's not quite right there, or he needs healing, or he needs energy. So maybe that's what I'm getting, or but I'm also getting anger over the top of him as well. So something's about to erupt there. Okay, remember there's a lot of distractions going on at the moment. But yeah, I'm being given orange over him. And it's around about the time there's going to be some huge news in the Middle East. It's been shown a camel. It's amazing how I get these visions in this crystal ball. So I've got a camel and it's going across the desert. And I see men with the cloths on their head, what they're called, the sheiks, so what they're called. And I've got these guys and they've got the cloths over their head. Big news coming in with royalty over there. There's going to be some new technology what's going to come forth from there. And it's going to be all talked about. I don't know if this has got something to do with artificial intelligence. And then I've just seen Elon Musk's face. It's massive what's about to take place here. So I've talked about this for a while now. There's a shift happening, and I have a feeling that there's going to be some problems, and it could be cyber attack, or there could be internet problems, that type of thing. Power outages, and I feel what's going to take place is that they're going to use this technology and bring it into play. And I've said this for a long time that Australia is going to lead the way. I don't know why I'm getting Jurassic Park in this. This is crazy. Maybe there is going to be a real Jurassic Park. Maybe there is going to be somebody who is going to clone an egg or something. Or is that possible? Anything's possible, isn't it? So that's a bit crazy. So watch for that. It's funny, I see lots of grief over India, and I want to send healing and blessings there. Excuse me. I've been in the garden today, guys, and I think I've got like that, is it hay fever? I've been sweeping up stuff in the garden and that. Right, so I'm feeling grief and tears over India, and I feel like I want to send healing and blessings there. It's really strange. It's funny how spirit shows me the images, and sometimes you have to be like a detective and try to put it together. You know what I mean? But I see lots of people crying in India, so I don't know what that is. I feel it's to do with somebody who is well in the public eye, and there's going to be parades and marching through the streets. You know, so there's something coming in there to do with India, so watch for that. A lot of crazy weather to take place, like mudslides around Pakistan and India, more to come. And definitely more earthquakes to take place around Turkey. So I know there's a lot of Brits always go to Turkey on holiday. And was it last year or the year before we had all them crazy earthquakes, didn't we, in Turkey? Because the Turkish, you know, the houses, the buildings aren't equipped for the impact of an earthquake like they are in China or Japan. So I don't know, I just feel people need to be careful over Turkey. And then I'm also feeling, I don't know, was this a Spanish island or a Greek island where there was fire? Remember, and everybody had to try and get off the island. I'm seeing something like that again. It's certain parts of the world, you know. The 5th is going to bring some big news. Now, this is interesting. Right? So I've just seen Macron's face, okay? Okay. So I doubt Candice Owens is going to win and prove this situation, okay? If anybody doesn't know what I'm going on about, it's all plastered all over the internet, so you're just going to have to Google it, okay? It's about what you're saying about Macron's wife, Brigitte, okay? So they're suing her, okay? And anyway, so I don't feel that at the moment when I'm seeing in this crystal ball, I don't feel that it's going to be proven. But I also feel that it's really weird because I know there's more than one thing that they're suing her for. Is that right? More than one situation. So some things aren't going to be proven. Okay, it's not going to be as black and white as it looks. So, but I do feel that there'll be definitely that Candice has to pay some money out or something. I don't know why I'm getting it. I don't know if it's going to go to court twice or drag on a bit. Yeah, so it's quite a weird one. But when it comes to the man thing, I don't feel that's going to be proven properly. Or there's going to be something, other things what she said about them, you know, incestal stuff and stuff like that, incest. So I don't feel that, what I'm feeling very strongly is that I don't feel Candice is going to win this. But then I'm seeing Candice's face and she's still operating and she's still going on. It's really, really weird. I'm just going to put this down a minute. So she's still carrying on doing her shows and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. It's like she's trying to bait them into something to get other things on them. Right? It's not going to be in black as white as it looks. So I feel this could drag on a bit. And it might be that Candice tries to take them to court as well. It's a really weird thing, okay? But I've just also see a timeline where Candice Owens could be interviewing that Ghislaine Maxwell, because I feel she's, excuse me, I think she's going to get out. I really do feel something big's coming. All right? So there's a lot of things are ready to erupt there. Okay. This is really weird. So when there's going to be a switch over there to do with this new technology coming in, so I've talked about this before, so when the new technology comes in, it's the technology that they've already had, but they're just going to bring it in, use it as an excuse because everything's going to go down. This is what I've felt for a long time. But it's like part of the world's got the new and part of the world's got the old. And I don't know if it's going to cause a bit of a problem or a bit of a, as it crosses over. And it'll have a word. There's something great is going to happen and take place on the planet to do with artificial intelligence. But everyone seems to be freaking out about it, and I don't know why I'm getting this. And I get the feeling of like a big brother energy, like a tracking people, big brother energy. That's the feeling I'm getting. Okay. Just waiting for this to haze over. Yeah, so there's a lot of distractions here with the real stuff, what's going on. The real shit's going down, you know what I mean? There's still, I do feel they're still rescuing children and doing all of these different things, and there's a big clean-up happening behind the scenes there. Yeah. I'm getting the Alps, and I don't know why, and I feel there's something to come out to do with somebody. Swiss Alps, remember that? It's coming out really, really strong. Okay. Just waiting for it to haze over again. There's quite a lot of names, big names to exit. Doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them. It's just some of them are going to be old or elderly. So watch for this. I also feel big announcements coming in around the palace at the UK. watch for big news coming there. And the crest is going to change. Interesting. Right, as we talk here, I've just seen like Ozzy Osbourne, you know, it's really strange. It's like I'm feeling he's like in spirit. He came through for somebody. I was doing someone's reading. I just broke at something what happened last week. Who was I reading for? I think I was doing some healing on somebody and Ozzy came through. Oh yes, I know who it was. And he came because it was a musician I was reading for, and it's as if he was saying, you know, it was just being typical Aussie, you know, like I'm fine, you know what I mean? And he was telling this guy just to fucking believe in himself, you know what I mean? That's the way he was talking, like typical Aussie. You don't change when you go over to spirit. He's worried about Sharon. He's really worried about her. And that's soulmate, you know. Them two are soulmates. I don't think Sharon's really into psychics, you know. I don't, if I can remember rightly, because I followed them on the Osborne show. I don't think she's keen, or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But yeah, it's not appropriate at the moment because she's probably grieving and that, you know, and I don't want to upset her in case not that she would see it, but I don't know, I feel he's there and he just wants to say I'm fine, and you know, he's like, he's doing that, and he had his heyday before it was all manipulated in the music industry. Just seen Sinead O'Connor, and she switched, hadn't she? She was she Christian or a Catholic? She was probably I don't know if she was Catholic, because it's Catholic, isn't it, and Protestants over there, and yeah. So anyway, she switched from being a Christian to she went into being a Muslim, didn't she? And I see her again. She worries about her children. You don't stop worrying about your children even when you're on the other side. Ozzy's coming back in again. Are you all right, Ozzy? I can hear his brummy voice. I can hear it. And he's worried about Kelly. He's worried about them all. He's worried about Sharon. You don't change when you go over. You're the same 5 minutes before death to when you go over. Alright, so Jean Psychic says here in the audience on YouTube, she had something psychic for her dogs, I think. Alright, so maybe. I like Sharon. He said it's amazing over there and he's been meeting up with other people. George Michael. And I've got Prince coming back in again singing Purple Rain. That's interesting again. And somebody had pointed out, I think it was in my last feed, that Purple Rain's got something to do with the chemtrails. Or is that right? Have you heard of that? A lot of changes to come in around Ireland. This is what Sinead's saying. Got Dolores. Dolores is coming in as well. My goodness me. One of my favourite songs. Oh my God, what was that song? Zombie. I've got Dolores coming in, who was the lead singer to the Cranberries. It's funny, I feel like all the artists are all, this is really strange, like all the artists are all coming forward tonight. What is going on? Oh my God, right, okay, I've got the voice. I've got a voice coming in here. Right, okay. Right, so they're all shouting in there, but the loudest voices tonight are Sinead and Aussie. There is huge changes coming out. There's huge stuff to come out with Hollywood. Everything to come out. Everything's to come out. Okay. He said it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. And he says that there's a lot, this Diddy thing's bigger than what people know. And something's going to come out about blackmail. It's going to come out, I don't know if it's to do around the Diddy thing or the Ghislaine thing, but there's something definitely big coming out to do with blackmail, so watch for that. Okay. Great, okay. Just let me get a drink of water here. I'm just going purely on spirit tonight, guys. I love George Michael. I think I was only 16, 17 when he first came on to Top of the Pops. It was Wham Bam, I Am Your Man or something, wasn't it? I remember that. I nearly fell off the bloody settee. And I liked Madness. I liked all different types of music. Did anybody like Madness? That was good as well. My dad said they were just a bunch of yobs, but I liked them. And yeah, I've always liked music. I think it's part of the soul, isn't it? Different corner, yeah, it's absolutely. He's got a voice of velvet. He had a voice of velvet. Okay. So there's a lot of change to come out, and Sinead's a little bit worried about. She wants to send love to her daughter and say everything's going to be okay. I don't know if they're watching. They have been watching before, it's part of the family, so you know that's what she wants to put a message out there that everything's going to be okay, and she wants to send that love to her daughter. So there's a big syndicate. This is what I'm being told by what's going on, what they're saying in the spirit world, and they're all blackmailing everybody. It's all about to come down. So there's a lot happening there. There's a lot happening. But technology is coming through really strong tonight. And I've seen a video. It was on the internet. It was something. Oh yeah, I think it was on Michael Salas had done it. Something about where they had robot wolves or something in China or something like that. Don't quote me, but you know, there are robot dogs. So there's all sorts of technology out there that we wouldn't even know, you know. What's a lot more scary? There's a futuristic world, should I say. There's a futuristic world. So when I'm looking at the globe, and I just feel it's as if that it looks like half the globe's on fire and the other half's in floods. And obviously it's a lot to do with where you live, but I think we're going to just get some extreme weather from now. So I do worry for Australia and places like that into their summer, what will be coming up at the end of the year when it's going to be our winter. They're also giving us the big freeze, and the big freeze more than one, so it might be to do with weather, what could be taking place over the winter, but also the big freeze is going to also something about the internet. There's going to be a lot of change, what's going to take place. Everything's going to freeze. And I've seen this before where there's airports and flights are blocked and people can't get out. And I do see people with masks on again, and I don't know why. Okay. There's going to be talks. This is really weird. And I don't know if it's something what's to come or it's something what's already happened. Something to do with a jab, okay? But I don't know if it's the jabs that people have had in the past or it's something else to come. And I don't know how far I'm looking on here. Because sometimes when I'm looking into the crystal ball, there's no linear time. I could be looking 10 years down the line here. But it's something that's going to be talked about. Remember this, right? Remember this. Where there'll be multiple births. People having quadruplets and things like that. Now, if it's not to do with a jab, a jibbity jab, it's something maybe they're gonna have a breakthrough for infertility or something else what's going to come in for people who can't have kids, or there's something else going to come in and it's going to be multiple births. So remember that. All part of the plan. Musk did say that there was not so much population as what they're making it out to be. So how you've got good scientists, bad scientists, you know what I mean? You've got where do we believe? Who do we believe? You know what I mean? And I think this is why we've got to stay grounded. And I talk about this all the time. We're a bit like, we're the Flintstones. Yeah? We're the Flintstones in bedrock, and we have to use all our instincts like we did when we were cavemen, you know. In modern day living, you didn't have to do that. We're going to start doing that again because there's so much trickery out there. But there's, whatever takes place here, there's a lot of futuristic technology what's going to come in. There's going to be new, I think it's called SATs over here when, it is called SATs. When kids go to school and they do their GCSEs, they have their SATs running up to exams, okay? And I don't know what it's called over in other parts of the world, but there's going to be a new system what's going to be put into place for learning. Because everything's going to change, and it's not going to change overnight. It's going to be dripped in, but it's also going to be better for the kids, a new way of learning. But there's also going to be a rise of people homeschooling. There was talk of the British government trying to stop that. I think there would be uproars if they tried to do that, to be fair, because I know a lot of people who homeschool. I've had this vision for a long time, and I did put it out. I had put it out on, when it was called, X was called Twitter, and I had put it out on Facebook, and I may have put it into a video on YouTube. I can't remember. And because I do automatic writing, and I talked about that there's going to be a valley, and there's going to be smoke in the valley, and it's got something to do with Iran or Israel, something like that. I am worried about that, and the more I'm looking at it, this could be connected to do with around Gaza. Okay. House prices are going to plummet. When there's going to be a problem in the stock market, there's going to be a drop down and everything's going to bounce back up. This is the UK, by the way, as well. It's coming through really strong. And people are going to worry about interest with mortgages. There's going to be a problem. But then I sound like a bit like a doomis and a gloomis, don't I? But then it's only going to be a temporary thing. I'm going to give you some numbers here of big news coming in to do with around Parliament. I'm getting the 20th, the 21st, the 27th. There's been a lot of scam calls I've had from bloody solar panels on the roof. Like, you know, you get these ads what come up on YouTube, and then they'll say, oh, fill it in if you're a homeowner and you can have free solar panel and all of this. So I don't know if you have done it, but I've done it a few times. And then you get these crazy calls, and then they put you through, ask loads of questions, and then they say, oh, you've got to pay such and such. Do you know what I mean? But there's loads of ads out there saying you can get it for free if you're a homeowner and all of this. And I was getting that many calls, I was blocking them in the end because it was just doing me head in, you know. And I just think there's so much trickery out there. And so I don't know if there's scammers out there which are collecting people's information. I really don't know. But this week alone, I've had to block about 10 different numbers on my mobile. Okay. Oh my God. So there's something about, I'm getting it again. So it's something about a jab, but I don't know if it's what's actually already happened and it's going to come out, or it's something to come, but it's going to develop a super sperm. I've got it with the people who've had the jabs or something. It's going to develop a super sperm, and people are going to start having multiple births. Well, it can't be what's just recently happened. So maybe it's something new that I'm seeing. Remember that. This is something to come. I don't know when the timeline is on that, but I'm just being shown that. Me too, Patricia. Me too. Well, I've never had any flu shots. They tried to push me with all the flu shots, with obviously when the year I went through with all the breast cancer treatment. If anybody doesn't know, I've just overcome breast cancer, and I went against everything that I was against because I'm not into big pharma stuff, as you know. Even though I used to be a nurse, but obviously I wanted to live, and I took the route of the big pharma because I wanted, be it called as old fashioned, I wanted the doctor to say, right, you've beat it, not just be in the back of my mind that it could come back. So I went down that route, and I did as I was told, and I went for it. I had 18 rounds of treatment. I don't know how the hell I bloody did it, but I did it. And I forgot what I was going to say now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and so what pushing is, oh, you've got to have this because your immune system's low. I was walking around with a card and everything, you know. I had like me thing in, me port in and everything, and you seen you could catch this and tell customers to come to the house with masks on. And I didn't, like I didn't when I was careful. I was careful, yeah. But I didn't get any shots because I just thought I've been through too much with what I was going through. I didn't want to put that into us as well. But they were trying to push it onto us. But they do know how I feel about that. They do know the doctors, you know what I mean? Because I mean, I've been up against all of that from the boys being little. And my lucky boy said to his Mommy says, why didn't you never get me any jabs when I was little? I says, oh, for God's sake. He says, you're crazy, you, like, you know what I mean? And I says, well, you know, it's the way it is, you know, I'm not going to change now, you know, but they're coming around about the idea now, you know. But I've been up against it for a long time, long before all of that, do you know what I mean? But yeah, they were trying to push me to have all of that, and I didn't have it. But I'm not against people who have it either, do you know what I mean? I'm not one of them crazy conspiracy theorists saying that if you've had it, something awful's going to happen to you, because I'm a healer. And I believe that everything's frequency, everything's energy. And I do believe that you can make anything happen. If you believe you're fine, you're fine. Be it either if you're jabbed or you're not jabbed. That's the way I see it. Do you know what I mean? It's just I chose not to do with that. But I'm not somebody who's going to spread fear to somebody either, because I won't do that. Yeah? The nurse what lives next door to my mother, she had no choice in the matter. She had to, because she was going to lose her job. She said she's not going to do it again if it happens again, mind. And she put them Japanese things on the bottom of her feet to cleanse herself, and all the black gunk come out of her on the soles of her feet. Have you heard of them? So you can cleanse, you can do all these cleanses, if you want to go down that route, which I've been going into since I've had all the treatment, because I'm trying to cleanse myself now. Do you know what I mean? High doses of vitamin C is very good, yeah. So there's loads of things out there, do you know what I mean? So let's get back into this. Going to be some big news with a celebrity in the UK, male and female. And I hate to say this, but like I say, like a sudden passing of somebody. God, I'm showing me age now. I used to watch this when I was a little girl, and it was White Horses. Can anybody, I think it was an American show. Was it an American show? I don't know. Spanish show. Anyway, it was called White Horses. And I'm seeing white horses running through the fields. It's a biblical setting that I'm seeing. I've just seen Kim Jong-un's face. There's going to be some huge news coming in with him. And also there's going to be something huge coming out to do with China, and I see voting over there. So white horses is a good sign according to Mystery in Twitch. Thank you for that. So there's been another earthquake reported in Turkey again today. Right, so I'm not trying to sound a doomist or a gloomist, okay? And I'm certainly not here to frighten people. I'm just a psychic. This is for entertainment purposes only, for all the haters out there. But what I want to say is that I'm worried here for possibility of shootings again around the USA. And I want to say New York, and I also want to get a state beginning with the letter M. I don't know if I'm getting Massachusetts or somewhere else, but where's Maryland? Where's Maryland? Can somebody tell me where that is? And this is more big news coming in with something else there, so possibly watch for that. Oh, I love horses. I just adore horses. Is Maryland close to DC? I see black helicopters over the White House. I don't know what that means. And smoke. Oh dear. It's like it's something else. It's like history repeating itself. History repeating itself from like the January the 6th thing. I don't know why I'm getting there. There's something to happen, and it's going to go down in history. There's going to be great change to take place in the United States of America. All right? And it's got something to do with politics, what's going to change everything. And I've said this for a long, long time, Donald Trump, can you see I was okay? He's a matrix breaker. He's not a Gaia fixer. Okay? So he's somebody there who's going to change things. There's some problems to come. Massive, massive problems. And then I've just seen J.D. Vance standing in the White House, who will be the President of the United States. Obviously, if something happens to Trump, that's what would take place, wouldn't it? And then that would make sense, because if that was the case, and J.D. Vance, by rights, I'm not massively into politics, but by rights, if anything happened to Trump, God forbid, that means that then Vance would have to go in because he's the vice president. So then his wife, who's also like a lady of colour, isn't she? What's her nationality? And that could be the vision that I've seen. You've got to understand, when you're given visions, it could be misconstrued to many different ways. Is she from India, is she? Is she Indian? Or is she Native American? I really don't know. So Star Moon Stars here has put Vance has hard eyes. Really? I think he's got quite nice eyes. I'm not here to say that, that I'm supporting it. I'm just saying she's not native, is she not? No. So what nationality is Vance's wife? So Slovakian is Melania, we know that. But anyway, that's a vision, it's a timeline. But obviously, if anything did happen, God forbid, if anything, she's Indian, right? If anything did happen to Trump, I would have thought that Vance would have to step in, wouldn't he? It's coming through really strong here. I'm not saying it's a definite, I'm just saying it's something that I'm being shown here. There's a lot of light to come in. There's a breakthrough. Things that we've never really known properly, but there's also it's like it's being covered up. Everything, it's like it's all going to start to fall into place. I feel like I've got loads to tell you here. Old cases from the past coming back in. So Jackie here has put here, thank you, the second lady is Indian born in India. That would make sense then. Yeah, I wasn't sure. She's Indian, yeah. Okay. There's going to be so much distractions. I don't know why I keep getting like a strange image with Musk tonight. And it's like he's either linked over in the Middle East, like the Arab nations, but he's also connected Asia as well. It's something that's going to take place, and he's going to lead something to do with the technology. There's also going to be big news around him as well. And isn't it strange, because he was supposed to have fallen out with Trump, but apparently he had given him some money. Is that right? Or I had read it somewhere. Okay. So maybe they haven't fallen out. There's another situation to take place, like we had the situation, I've just seen Margaret Thatcher there coming in from Spirit, shown as the Falkland Islands. She would have stood no nonsense with everything what's going on over here. She wouldn't have letting it getting it out of hand like it has done here. And I don't feel she's very happy with our Prime Minister, put it that way. But there's another situation coming a bit like the Falkland Islands. And they're showing us Trump's face, and I don't know why I'm getting Greenland again. So I don't know what the hell is going on there, but there's a lot of crazy stuff to take place. And I've said this for a long time as well, when Trump does eventually go, he'll go very, very quick. He'll go very, very quick. And then people are like, well, what the hell? And people are going to be that gobsmacked, all these haters, because they're not going to know where to put the hatred, because he's not there anymore. It's like he's here, then he's gone. It's as simple as that, like poof, like that. It's really, really weird. But it's not his time yet to leave. It's not his time yet to leave. He's still got things to do, and there's still a lot to be disclosed. So that's interesting. I've seen this before, where there could be a divide in the United States of America, where they agree to disagree, and that part of America is run a certain different way to the other part of America. I don't actually know if that could be possible, or there could be two Americas. So Maggie Motherall's just said she saw him die in the bed in the White House from a heart attack. Bloody hell. It's as if like he's here and then he's like poof, gone. Like poof. Nobody really knows, do they? It's just, I'm just giving you me visions. I mean, only God knows. Only God knows. Oh, good God, I've just seen the devil there and he's just popped out. What's he doing in that crystal ball? Let's get that. Get back, Satan. Oh, that's really weird. Why am I saying that? Where's the Hebrides? Where's the Hebrides? Can somebody tell me where that? I'm terrible, you know. Wasn't one of my best things at school was geography. There's going to be problems in around the Hebrides. North of Scotland. Okay. Could be crazy weather to come. We're going to get, I wouldn't say the big freeze, but we're going to get a lot of crazy snow, a lot of crazy weather to come in this winter. Okay. Right, so he's disappeared and he's burning now. I can see him burning. The first time I've ever seen him burning in the crystal ball. I would say that at the minute I think he's just running amok, isn't he? He's running amok, trying to cause loads of troubles everywhere. But I do think that we're all being tested at the moment. There's going to be a lot of problems to do with around water around China as well. So it's changing now and it's morphed and it's smoked and then it's gone like into a dragon. I'm seeing a golden dragon now. Interesting. There's more, I fear there's more earthquakes coming in there around Japan. But like I've always said, Japan's very, very protected. Parts of China's protected as well, you know. The end of communism. Do you know that? There's going to be so much to clean up here. The dragon's China, yeah. There's going to be so much change. And there's a lot of younger people in China who want this change. China before communism was very, very happy place. There's going to be changes there to come. So possibly, actually I'm seeing Xi Jinping. I'm seeing his face there. He doesn't look very happy. I feel there's going to be problems there between him and Putin. Definitely. I'm getting that song, The Sound of Silence. Who sang that song? Hello, darkness, my old friend. Do 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 do. Interesting. The big freeze, there's a big freeze coming. So we need to stock up for the winter. And I'm not saying this to fearmonger, but we do need to stock up for the winter. If you're going to be, like the UK, facing Simon Garfunkel, facing a winter. And so we need to prep. We definitely need to prep. We need to get our hot water bottles. We need to prep if we're in the city. You know, if we don't have generators, we need to think ahead like our grannies and granddads would have. Disturbed. It's brilliant, isn't it? Disturbed. I like Disturbed's version. Okay. Right, so it's a mask. It's a mask. I'm going back into the UK. They're taking us into the UK and we're looking at lords and ladies dancing. Lords and ladies dancing, and we're going into castles and all of that type of thing. It's all going to be exposed. A lot of changes to come into the UK. big news to come out around Scotland as well, and stuff from the past. I know what you called again, Nicola Sturgeon. There's been an interview of her, isn't there? Or there's going to be some documentary on her to come out, because she was arrested, and they're going to be talking about it. But there's a lot of stuff to come out there to do with Scotland, so watch for that. I see our Prime Minister forced to step down. I don't know of when, but there's more scandals to come. But what I do know is he's going to take her through something before he steps down. Damning evidence to come out which can't be hidden. And it's from the US, and it's to do with all the Epstein stuff, but it's also to do with the UK as well. And I tell you who I've just seen, what's just bounced out of this crystal ball is Julian Assange. There's going to be some big news in around him as well. Okay. I'm getting Canada here. Remember when you had all that carry on with the trucks? Convoy. Remember that song from the 70s, the Convoy song? See all the truckers again. So I expect we're going to get a lot of snow in certain parts of Europe, the UK, Scotland, Canada. So we need to prep for the winter. There's going to be a lot of trickery what's going to take place. The 27th is also going to bring big news on the global screen. So that's big, isn't it? Yeah, I've just heard the last post. Let me get a drink of water because that gets heavy. So Mystery's asking Louise, have you heard from Graham tonight? I heard from him earlier on. So Graham's my friend, Graham and Kay. They normally watch the show, but Graham's been taken back into hospital again. He is okay. So we're going to send healing out for Graham as well. Graham's going through cancer treatment. He's been taking it pretty badly. But he's okay. He's okay. Do you know what I mean? So they had to take him back into the hospital, but hopefully he'll be coming home soon. Suppress for Graham, yes. Are you coming? Are you alright? What's so wrong, baby? Come to mummy. Come to mummy. Want to come and say hi? Just saying hi. Okay. You have a stretch, darling. You have a little stretch. Now, you don't want you to knock off the thing. No, baby. No. Right, let's have a look. So yeah, we need to prep for this winter because I think it's going to get a little bit crazy. Okay. Shortage of potatoes. There's going to be problems, something to do with the EU again and something to do with farmers. I can see outrage. I can see protests. I can see strikes. There's something coming in. There's a lot of change to take place in the NHS. I mean, that's inevitable. That's going to happen. A lot of strikes to take place in the UK. And I get a lot of worry there with poverty for the British people. So food banks are going to be much needed this winter in parts of the States as well. Yes, my darling. Oh, that's so lovely. That's lovely, baby. Can you hear her purring? This is little Zizi. You've been a good girl today, haven't you? I know, our little jacket. Oops, there's me earring out. Now don't knock the mic, please. Don't knock the mic. I'm just having a little breather here and then I'm going to look back into it. Just, you know when you just know something big's coming and you just can't put your finger on it? They're chucking in loads of numbers. There's definitely something to do with the system going down or something like that. Can you hear her purring? Come on now, because you're going to knock the stream off. She hits the mic button off as well. She's so naughty. No, this is Zizi, the sound operator. Darling, you look a little bit bedraggled tonight. So I'll make little outfits for her. She's got a black hoodie come in, which says Rock Kitty on, from the Ozzy Osbourne site. So she's got a little black hoodie come in. But she's a funny little thing. She's definitely like magical. Come on through here because you're going to knock the stream off. No, don't stand on there, baby. Shall I move that tea? Oh, Lordy. I'm going to look at Putin and Trump meeting in Alaska. I'll have a look at that for you, Maggie. Right, you go and lie down as a good girl. Right. What are you doing? What are you doing? Chanel, you had that cup over, didn't she? When she wants to do something, she'll do it, you know. My dogs were really good, you know. If I'd say, don't do that, sit down, and they would do as they're told. Not a cat. A cat will do what the bloody hell they want. Won't they? Yeah? She's determined to come in here. Now, people don't want to see your bum. Cats are their own bosses. They do what they want to do, don't they? Right, okay. Let's see what else is coming up. Right, so I feel when the Alaska thing with Trump's interesting. There's going to be some huge news coming in around about that time. 2 big bits of news before and after. But I don't know if it's to do with Trump or around another situation. Not all the lists are going to come out with the Epstein list. Definitely not. And I've said this before, there's 2 lists. But Trump was right in a way, because when he said that, I'm sure he said something about that when everything, if it all come out, it could cause a lot of trouble. Because I think there's some people on the lists who have just been on the island, but that doesn't mean that they've done anything. Does that make sense? And I think that there's going to be some tragedies, what's going to come from the situation, or there's going to be a sudden exit from somebody, and it's going to cause a movement. It's going to cause something. It's going to change something. More lights in the sky to come, more crazy stuff. I predicted that with the drones, I said the cubes were coming. Can you remember? And there's more stuff to come. This is definitely military stuff, by the way. It's definitely military. It's high-end stuff that they're holding back. It's all Star Wars out there. It's all Star Trek. It's just all being held back from us. They're giving us this song by Frankie Goes to Hollywood from the 80s, and it's when two tribes go to war. And I'm getting that. And I'm getting that there's going to be a problem where it's going to be like on the edge of a WWW 111 situation. But then it's all going to sort out. There's two sets of fighter jets going out from two opposite directions. It makes us think that there's going to be something like a Bay Pig situation or something. Okay. Holland is coming out. I don't normally get that. Holland. And I see a lot of water because it's quite a flat place, isn't it? Not a place I've been. My boys have been there. But I don't know why I'm getting there's going to be a lot of floods there. Oh my goodness, have you heard my tummy? Okay. Now, I don't know if I'm looking into 2026 here, but there's going to be talks of a chip in the brain chip again, and I don't know if it's to do with Musk or it's to do with another person coming in there about it, because I feel there's another scientist to step forward as well. I'm just reading some of your comments. Okay. An event to take place in the sea. And it's as if like the sea's parting. It's very biblical. Wow, guys. Wow. So there is stuff to take place. And there's going to be changes in the American Constitution. There's going to be some changes. There's going to be something rewritten. It will have to be passed through Congress. I don't know of when this will take place, but watch for it. Number 3 is connected, by the way, in 27 and 28. After the sorrow, after the pain, then there'll be great change. Okay. Okay. It's starting to fade out there. A new American sitcom to come onto the TV screens. And it'll be bigger than Friends. So it's going to be like, I suppose that's something nice, isn't it? Because you've got to understand everything's cleaning up, so will Hollywood and so will the music industry. And then you've got the younger souls coming in, the younger artists, the younger actors, actresses, singers, whatever. And they're going to be like a new movement because they're the young star seeds. They're not going to stand any shit. Do you know what I mean? So there's going to be a big clean up in Hollywood. It's definitely taking place there. Something's going to be revealed about somebody being a robot. I haven't been smoking anything. Like a synth. Like somebody's going to be revealed. It's coming through really strong, actually. It's some damning evidence. Or is it something about a robot? That they're just peeling off their suit and it's just they're a robot? Yeah, I get going back to the Alaska thing. Somebody was asking about the Alaska thing with Trump and Putin. I got a weird feeling about that. But you know, a lot of this is movie-fied, you know. It's how we're led to believe that this person's fallen out with this person, and you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they're all bloody friends behind closed doors. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, there's another virus coming. Sorry to be all doomist and gloomist here. And that's going to be this jab thing that I see. It's going to work because they're not all scientists are bad, but it's going to cause multiple births within sperms. It's coming back again. What kind of feeling about Malawi? Like a weird feeling. What's he going to Alaska for? Is he going to meet Putin? Is he going to meet Putin? Just seeing a cross on a hill there. Right, so he's going to meet Putin about peace in Ukraine. Let me get the cards out. So the big meeting for Friday is taking place in Alaska next Friday. They'll be snapping the photographs and everything, and deals to be made. This goes way back to Second World War. Old treaties, old information that Putin's got. All is not what it seems. We just need to all pray tonight for world peace, because it's getting a little bit worrying, isn't it? I'm going to pull 7 cards out. Keep getting that song. There is a green hill far away, down the city wall. Interesting. Got fronts here coming through really strong. So many distractions. There's so many distractions. There's Trump. And we've got Putin he's coming out as the Knight of Swords. Then we've got, I think that's Zelensky. So we've got, that's Putin. There's the white horse again, look. Does the white horse not mean peace? Is the white horse, does that mean peace? And there's Zelensky. We need peace. There's a done deal being done. A done deal? A done deal. Does that make sense? I can sort of see Trump saying, like, you've got to do this, you know, and we'll do this, and we'll have peace and ceasefire or whatever, and then I'll do this for you or that for you. And there's a lot of negotiations going on. I didn't know that, Glenda. So we've got France there, and we've got all the hoo-ha going on. I think it'll morph, the thing to do with Candice, and going back to that again, I think it'll morph into other things to do with little people. You know what I mean? What shouldn't have been happening. That's my French card there. But she doesn't seem to be phased at all. You know, I think they're gonna sue the arse off her, and she'll have to pay a lot of money out. But they're not getting away with other things. There's something else she's gonna run on, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know if it's gonna go on to another court case. Remember that? I've just seen a vision of her flashing the cameras and that, and it'll probably be televised, possibly. I really don't know. Or parts of it. Am I getting October, November? When is this supposed to take place? Unless there's going to be some big news in around Candice round about October, November. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like tippy-toeing around because she wants to come and jump on the bloody live feed and cut it off. Going back to deals will be made. He's not completely happy, Putin. He's another one, you know what? I don't know, I get a weird feeling about him as well. KGB. When the lovers cards come out, it's something big is coming out. He's going to do something and make a deal with Putin, obviously. But I'm a little concerned about Trump and that. And maybe it's after that event. They're all connected, you know. They're all interlinked. As my nana would say, they're all tarred with the same brush. You know, to a certain extent. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type of thing, you know what I mean? But all is not what it seems. I really do feel that they're meeting more than what's been told. There's more going on with the meeting. There's other things that they're doing together. Yeah. But I predict tonight, and I hope I'm right, that there will be peace in Ukraine. There will be peace. Peace is coming. And then I see a lot of money getting ploughed into Ukraine and getting built back up again for the Ukrainian people. So that's nice. With the Gaza thing, I do think it's going to get worse before it gets better, and I do worry. If I find that article I wrote, I'll put it out. But it was something about that. I was talking about Death Valley, and that there was going to be a lot of smoke and problems. And it's genocide. I don't care what anybody says, it's genocide. It really, really is. But then again, I just think that there's operations. I don't understand everything, why they went in and did what they did. I'm on about the America. I'm not talking about Benjamin Netanyahu. There's a lot more problems to come there before there's peace. There's a lot more problems there. But I'm going to leave you there with a lot of love from Spirit. Okay. There's a woman to rise in the East. And what I want to say tonight is where there will be, if there ever was a timeline of a WW111, it will not be between the East and the West. It will be between the East and the East. And I'm going to leave that one with you. But I'm hoping that there's an intervene. I'm hoping. And I don't believe the world's going to end. I believe that the world is going to change. The end of the old earth is going to end. We are living in, I think we're in the book of Revelation at the minute. I really, really do. I think that's where we're at. And I think that the world is going to end of what we know, and then the new world is going to come in. And I think the rapture is taking place now as well. I think the rapture is the ascension. So it's not like we're literally getting sucked off earth. I think the ascension is coming out of ourselves and realising we're more than just walking around as a human. We are multidimensional beings. So I think that we have to look after ourselves, do our own housekeeping, keep ourselves fit, keep ourselves strong. I'm going to be watch for a lot of videos coming out on how to keep yourself grounded, and because when the going gets tough and the shit hits the fan, and I've always said when it kicks off, go inside and shut the door or keep out the way. You have to be fit, you know what I mean? You have to be fit. So look after you, yeah, and your family the best you can. But don't feed, there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of trickery taking place. And people who we thought were white hats aren't white hats. And people who we thought were dark maybe aren't as dark as we thought they were. Yeah? But what I do know is that it's coming to a peak. And I'm very drawn to October, November as well of this year. But I just think that, grab your popcorn, guys. You're in for a lot of crazy stuff to happen. Crazy stuff. Be around nature, stay safe, stay vigilant, and be happy, and sing, and get your music on in your house, and just look after you. Life's too short to worry, yeah? And I just think that we are here. We are the Flintstones and Bedrock. I keep saying this. We are the ones who are going to... We are the people. And we will come through this. Even the UK is rising up. Yes, Julie. Power to the people. And may the force be with you all. Take care. Be safe, be strong, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye. Now, how do I get out of here? I'm going to make a hot chocolate. We are the world. Oh, we are the world, yeah. I've just seen Michael Jackson's face. Why am I seeing all the stars tonight? I'm seeing them all coming in. It's biblical, guys. And I'll leave that one with you. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye now.